Hey, my name is Lindsay and welcome to my channel. I am here to help you. I'm a manifestation coach. Let me know below if you need help with anything. If you comment on this video, I will give you some affirmations for free. And I also have personal coaching available if you want it. Just email me in the email and the description box below. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about hot and cold behavior from your SP and how you can stop that and how you can make your manifestation consistent. And so first I'm going to tell you where the hot and cold behavior comes from, then I'm going to tell you exactly how to stop it, and I'm going to give you some examples in my own life. Okay, so let's begin. Hot and cold behavior is when you're manifesting someone or something, because your SP can be anyone. A lot of times it's our significant other. It could be a friend, or it could be a family member. It could even be your boss. It could even be money. And hot and cold behavior is when you feel like your SP, and in this example, I'll use your boyfriend because that's what's most common for a lot of people. It's when your boyfriend is mean to you sometimes, basically, and sometimes they're nice to you. Sometimes you feel like they say and do the things that you want, and sometimes they don't. And this comes from, remember, we're manifestors. So what it comes from is, in your mind, everyone is you pushed out. And that means that everyone is reflecting your thoughts. I like the term everyone is your thoughts pushed out a little bit better because that just makes more sense to me. But anyway, it basically just means that you are having hot and cold thoughts about them. You're having hot and cold thoughts about your relationship. So that could be doubting yourself, and that could also be doubting them. Maybe they do something really nice for you. And in fact, not even maybe, this is what happens a lot of the time. You'll be manifesting, and then they'll do something nice for you. Like maybe they'll buy you flowers, or buy you some ice cream, or take you to go ice skating. Okay, and it happens and you're happy, you're like, yeah, I manifested that. And then you might have a doubt that comes up, and it might be like, oh, he's being nice now, or she's being nice now. What if they're mean to me again? Like, what if we have an argument later tonight? I feel like we argue a lot. And what those are just your old thoughts. That's all they are. That voice in your head that is saying, what if this happens? What if this doesn't last? What if, this all goes wrong? Don't look at that voice as like a truth teller, or like something outside of you, or something that knows better than you. It's just your old thoughts showing up as manifestations, because even your thoughts are manifestations. So when you are having hot and cold behavior about a person, you're just having some doubts, and that's okay. First, I want to tell you the way that you get rid of this, the best way that I found is by first saying, you know what, it's okay that I'm having this thought. It makes sense that I'm having this thought. That's validating my own emotion and thought. That's reminding myself that it's normal to have this thought. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with me. It doesn't mean that anything has gone wrong. It doesn't mean that anything is going to go wrong. So for you, I want you to tell yourself, there's nothing wrong with me. Of course I'm having this old thought. I've had a lot of experience with this in the past. It makes sense for me to think that. And at that point, what you've done is distance yourself from the thought. The thought was here, and instead of you, making it like driving your life, and instead of you letting it take the driver's seat, this is you like putting it behind you and saying, okay, yeah, like I can see this. This thought, this is the negative thought. Maybe I'll make it a fist, make it mean. This is the negative thought. This is not me. This is just something that I'm having. When you're having a negative thought, it's just something that you're having. It's important that you understand that, because you understanding this concept is going to help you with everything. It's going to help you not let your thoughts take control of you. So after you acknowledge that, it's okay that I'm having this thought, then what you want to do is say, what do I actually want? Because what you focus on is what you're going to get. So what you're doing in this step is changing your focus by asking yourself a question. What do I actually want, though? And the answer for you is going to be, I want consistent behavior. I want them to treat me well all the time. I want them to always be nice to me. I want us to always be in love. I want to always be happy with them. I want them to always be happy with me. I want them to show me how much they care about me. Okay, just by acknowledging that that's what you want, and you may have already noticed this, that creates a feeling within you, like a general feeling. And it also creates a picture because you're describing a story. You're literally telling a new story about your life. So once you acknowledge that, once you acknowledge, I want them to be nice to me. I want them to be nice to me all the time. I want this to, you know, last forever. Then after that, you can say, and what you're going to notice is that this feeling starts to, like this thought starts to dissipate. I'm going to, my arm hurts. But really, because you're putting your focus on something else, on the new thought. So this mean thought, it's like fading away. And then now you have your focus on something else that you actually want. Okay? So when you focus on what you actually want, you're going to start to feel better. And a lot of times what happens again, and this is where most people I feel like stop teaching, but what I'm going to teach you is that sometimes if you're an anxious person, or maybe you have OCD, maybe you are just upset about this person, that thing that's happened in the past, sometimes this thought, it might pop back up even after you do that. But what you're going to notice is that it's going to be a lot weaker. So then in that moment, you're going to say, oh, of course it came back up. Like, you know, I've had a lot of experience with this. It makes sense. And you're going to notice it start to dissipate. And then again, you're going to ask yourself, well, what do I want? And then you're going to say, I want things to work out. And then you're going to notice that you feel a little bit more relaxed. And like this thought over time is going to get weaker and weaker. It's going to stop coming up. And you may have to go through this process with yourself. You know, I'm being honest with you. I may have to go through this process with myself like 4 or 5 times in one day. Like, but what's important, I know that doesn't mean that I'm failing or that it's not working. It just means that there's more negative thoughts for me to let go of. That's all it means. And every time I do that, every time you do this, you're going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And you're also going to notice you're going to start to see changes from your person faster and faster. The more that you do this, the more that you just notice these thoughts. And I want to say, I'm not telling you need to go lock yourself in a room and meditate. Just watching this video, it's been 7 minutes and 32 seconds already. If you just did that with me, then that was enough. That is enough time. Like even if you just take 30 seconds, 45 seconds, 60 seconds to just go through that process. Notice the thought. I don't like this. It's okay that I don't like this. It's normal. Okay, what do I want? This is what I want. Just take that time to correct your thoughts, because what's outside of you is just a reflection of what you're saying and thinking inside of you. So when you start doing this more and more, you're going to notice you don't have as many negative thoughts come up. And you're also going to feel more like you're in control. And ultimately, that's what you want. You want to be able to influence your life positively. And just in case you're feeling like, I don't know, worried or guilty about doing this, I want to remind you that it's happening anyway. And that a lot of us, before we started the law of assumption, you know, you may have thought you were just at the mercy of other people. Like you just had to lay down and take whatever's given to you. And I'm reminding you now, you don't have to do that. Don't feel bad about saying to yourself, this is how I want to be treated, because you deserve that. You are good enough to be treated the way that you want to be treated. And I also want you to remember, the other people in your life will feel so much happier when they're treating you in the way that you want to be treated, and like everyone's going to be happier. It's really a win-win situation. So you got this. I believe in you. Stop that hot and cold behavior. Don't let yourself sit in feeling negative about someone or something in your life, because you don't deserve that. You deserve to experience what you want. Okay. You know what? I was about to end this video, but I just forgot. I want to give you an example of my own life. My relationship with my mom was pretty trash. There were a lot of hurt feelings on both sides. And I did and said some things that were really frustrating, and so did she. Like, that were really bad, that would be hard to get over. And what I did to um, fixed my relationship with my mom. Now she takes me to get my nails done every month, and she loves spending time with me, and she always tells me how proud of me she is. And I want to tell you that it's not just because I got older and I, became more mature. I think some people would probably make that up if I told them this story. But I'm telling you, what I did was consciously choose to think good thoughts about my mom. I told myself, my mom loves me. My mom appreciates me. My mom is really supportive of me. My mom cares about me. And then I would imagine her smiling at me, and I would imagine us giving each other hugs. And I just did that every time I thought of her. And what happened was that, we would have a conversation. We would have like 3 or 4 good conversations, and then sometimes there would be a negative one. But over time, like, there were more and more positive conversations and less negative conversations. And now, sometimes I might notice myself having some complaints, and then I might notice something that I don't like showing up. And what I do now is just, I notice and I'm honest with myself, and I say, hey, I was complaining about her. I was thinking, that she's rude and she's being mean to me. And so that's what's showing up. And what I do is I go within and I say what I want. I say, I want to feel supported from my mom. I want my mom and I to have a good relationship. And now, yeah, she buys me gifts, and she treats me really well, and she speaks to me kindly, and we have a much better relationship. So I want that for you too. It's possible with everyone. I feel like our relationship was bad for like several years, and it did not take that much time to fix it. It only took me a few months, and I wasn't trying that hard. So I know that you can do this. Okay, thank you so much for listening. I love you. And remember, if you comment below, I will, with your situation, with something you need help with, I'll give you an affirmation for free because I want you to get what you want. Okay, love you. Bye bye.